Hey guys, it's Rachel from The Little Ring Lamb, and actually before I get into this video, the kind of beginning footage got corrupted on my camera, and I was able to save the book review, but I think I filmed the introduction on another section of the video, and that section got deleted, so I'm just going to reintroduce the book review. So this book review will be on Hungry Heart: Adventures in Life, Love, and Writing by Jennifer Weiner, and it was a really good book, so let's get into it. This book was really good. It was actually her collection of memoirs. I've never read one of her books before. This is the first one I've read by her. But her books are, she classifies them as chick lit in this. I just say general fiction, but they are technically chick lit. And I never picked them up before because I used to see them a lot when I was younger, but I think I was too young to really understand the content. I think being 21 now, I think that because I really want to read some of her books now, I think being that age is a perfect age to kind of delve into that world of her books. So I'm very excited to check out more from her. I really enjoyed this, and normally I don't talk about memoirs or collections of essays, but I really wanted to make it a point to talk about this one because I really did enjoy it. So this one is basically, this book review is going to be a little bit different than most of my book reviews. So instead of plot, I'm going to be talking about my score, about what I would give the collection of essays in total, the things selected, that kind of thing, like the essays and all that. Then instead of characters, I'm going to talk about, the people, her perspective and all that, what I thought of that, I guess. I'm going to do cover, suspense in the sense of it kept me wanting to read, and rereadability. So it's going to be similar to my regular book reviews, but I just going to change those categories up because plot and characters aren't really a thing in a memoir type. I'm going to call this a memoir. I know it's a collection of essays, and I don't know if that memoir is the appropriate name, but I'm just going to call it that just for clarity for the rest of this video. So if I am, saying that wrong, I don't mean, not using that term wrong, I don't mean to. So basically this book I was very interested in because I have never read a memoir from an actual author. I've read memoirs from, celebrities who are also authors of their own memoir and that kind of thing, but I never read one from an actual author. So I guess a collection of essays, I'm going to give a 4.5 to 5. Now there were some essays that I didn't connect with some of the advice and stuff, but I think some of it was also some of the stuff I didn't connect with was the stuff about her parenting and stuff like that, because I'm not a parent myself, so there's going to be obviously a disconnect with that at this stage in my life. But the rest of her essays I really did enjoy. I did mark off 2 little points because I really did enjoy them, and I found her essays to be really refreshing because she didn't try to sugarcoat her life. She was talking about sometimes you have struggles, but you make it through it, and sometimes you don't feel very confident, but you make it through it. And she had just a lot of good life lessons tucked into this book, and she was a very relatable character. She's not a character. She's very relatable in this book. I feel like I related a lot to some of the stuff she went through, and it's just, I feel like it was a very good account of her life, where she did keep some stuff kind of close to her, didn't really give away too much in her book, but the stuff that she didn't, being a little she gave a lot away, but certain things keeping more private to herself. At the same time, she kept that, but gave us lots of inspiration and advice. And I find that this is a really good one. I don't know how good it'd be for maybe a teenage audience. I think maybe being older, not really older, but being over 18, that kind of thing. I think it'd be more of a connect. If you're younger, then I don't know if this book would necessarily be for you, because I just don't know. I don't think I would have connected with it if it was a few years ago. I probably wouldn't have as much as I do now. And I feel 18's not even that far away from my age, but I just feel now that I'm in 4th year, I feel a little more grown up. I know I am technically a grown up, but I feel I could connect with this more because it does chronicle her university and going out into the real world. And I'm not going out into the real world next year because I'm applied to grad school, but I just feel it was easier to connect to that part and stuff. There was some obviously disconnect that I mentioned, but I found her essays not only really inspiring among other things, but I also found them to be funny at times and had some good moments. So that's what I give that part of the book. For her perspective, I give a 5 out of 5. I really, really enjoyed her perspective. She's a very self-aware person, which I really enjoy, especially when you read memoirs and reflecting back in your life and being aware that some things weren't as big of a deal as you thought. That you can look back and give yourself advice and others advice, that you can look back and take inspiration from hardships in your life. I really liked that because not only sometimes was she talking about hard things, but she also tried to keep a silver lining, which I try to keep a silver lining too. I try to strive for that, and sometimes it's really difficult. And I found like, you know, like you hear about the stuff she's gone through and you think like, you know, somebody else can keep a silver lining. It might be easier for me to keep a silver lining. And I feel like that's really important to do in life. To always try to see the positive and the negative, even when it's hard, because I sometimes can't see it, but I have to take like a few days, weeks, months, and then I finally get back to seeing it and being like, you know, that bad thing happened just to make me stronger of a person so I could deal with all this other stuff. And I really felt inspired by her viewpoint, and that's why I made it a point to make this video, because I really, really enjoyed it. Cover, I'm actually going to give a 4 out of 5. I really like this cover. I love how it has like the stacks of paper because she is a writer. Or like a manuscripts, because that's not one manuscript I assume because it looks really thick, but who knows. And I really just like how there's pages in the back. I like this blue cover. I love how like she's posing behind the like stacks of paper, because, you know, like, well, not posing behind, but like I really like her pose in the stacks of paper because it kind of like looks like, you know, she's pointing to her head, and like that's where all the inspiration came from. And she looks really happy, so that's always good. And, you know, like it just looks like a very approachable cover. That means necessarily, but to me it just seems very approachable. It seems like this could be like a friendly book, and, you know, that's important to me. And suspense, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Like, I just want to keep reading this book so much, and it took me a little while because, you know, it is a, you know, like the font goes really high up on the, actually looking at it now, not really. Wait, let's go to an actual normal page because that was like an advice page. So they're pretty big pages, and it took me a little while, but it was really hard for me to finish this because I wanted to just keep, I wanted to stop. I was like, I just kind of like save this for later. So it took me a little while to finish it, like the last 50 pages, because I just wanted more. And overall, I give it a 5 out of 5. I definitely reread this again. I thought it was a very good memoir. It was, you know, it had all the emotions. It had everything across the dial, and I really did enjoy that. And it was I felt like it was very genuine, and I really enjoyed that. I don't really like when it, like, I feel like books aren't being genuine, especially memoirs, and I really, really enjoyed it. So that is my book review on Hungry Heart. I really enjoyed it. Like, I can't say anything more about this book, but I'm definitely going to be checking out some more of her works. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.